Word Laos.
Welcome to Travel Talk, brought to you by The Hotel Guide, the global voice of luxury and boutique hospitality. Featuring Edward Leos.
Good morning, everybody. Edward Leos here, publisher of The Hotel Guide and your host of Travel Talk. Really excited about today's guest. I feel like I've known him for a long time, and we just met, and we've had multiple conversations offline, and I think we're just kind of some kindred spirits. I'm not a professional athlete, but I like to still think that I can hang every now and then. But Brooks Laich, it's really good to have you on the show today. How are you doing?
I'm great, my friend. And I know you were a baseball player. I was a hockey player. I actually won a few provincial, I'm Canadian. I won a few provincial baseball championships, and my mom actually wanted me to be a baseball player. So I know you are an athlete, despite what you might say.
Yeah, I try to be, every now and then. But no, it's really great to have you on the show. You said you've been in professional hockey and an athlete, and so you do have a following. People know who you are, but sometimes they don't. So I always like to give my guests the opportunity. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and then kind of leading up to some of the cool things that you're doing now with your new company, your new venture.
Sure. I'll try and summarize it quick for everybody listening. Small town Canadian boy, grew up in small town Canada in Saskatchewan, fell in love with the game of hockey from the time I was born. Spent the next 35 years playing hockey and was able to live out a boyhood dream of playing 13 years in the NHL. I know you are Texas based, so came to Dallas to play against your Stars quite a bit. Loved my journey there, was fortunate enough to represent Canada on the international stage twice as part of our national team, both in the junior and in the men's division. And just was able to live out my dream of playing hockey for 35 years. And then as athletes do, we call it first retirement because I retired at the age of 35, which is kind of young for most people, but we call it first retirement. And then I spent the next 2 years, finally I had time. As an athlete, 11 and a half months of our year is spent in the gym, in the rink. You're just consumed by your sport. At 35, I was finally free. I had the means and the time to explore the world, and I found travel and adventure and just went everywhere for the next 2 years. Went to Tanzania on safari, went to Rwanda and trekked with the gorillas, climbed Kilimanjaro with my mom, scuba dived in Indonesia. Just crazy, amazing bucket list places around the world. Went to Tonga to swim with the humpback whales and just found a love for travel and adventure. And then that led me in 2020 to start an adventure community. I was like, I'm sure other people, I spent my life in team sports. And traveling with a few select friends was wonderful, but I'm like, I'm sure other people, there's more people out there that want to go do these wonderful things. And I'd love to create a travel community. And so we started World Playground in 2020, which was a travel community. And we would take our community on these bucket list adventures around the world, the more remote, bigger, more difficult type adventures that you couldn't just book online. Yeah. So that's how World Playground was born. We started in 2020, and in the last 5.5 years, we learned about the travel industry. And then we recently launched our brand new travel booking platform that we're very proud of, that makes the world more affordable and available for all. Kind of brings us up to where we are today.
Yeah, and that's kind of how we connected in reference to the booking side and everything that you have going on. I love the background on adventure and being able to travel the world. You're answering questions before I even ask them in reference to your favorite stuff, travel spots. We'll get back to that in a minute.
Yeah.
But tell me a little bit about World Playground. Why should guests consider what you're doing, and why is it a little different than traditional booking sites?
Sure. We're very excited about what we're doing. I think it's very groundbreaking in the travel world. So for the last 5.5 years, I've seen how travel agencies operate. And part of my inspiration for this project was in 2016. 2016, I went on my very first safari, and I was fortunate enough to go to South Africa and go on safari. And I will never forget the very first moment I ever saw a male lion in the wild. And instantly my first thought was, everybody in the world needs to see this. This is Mother Nature's gift. This is not owned by man. This is Mother Nature's gift. Yeah. Everybody in the world needs to see this. And that thought was immediately followed by a second thought, which is, it's a shame that not everybody's going to be able to afford to see this. And I immediately thought, okay, how can I do something to make this more affordable? Because everybody needs to see this. And then I thought of my parents a lot too. In a way, what we're doing with World Playground with our booking platform, which makes the world more affordable for all, is just a continuation of what I've seen my parents do my whole life. Fun, my dad always said, like, fun is the last thing that families can afford to spend money on. Your needs, your rent, your healthcare, your medical bills, schooling, everything comes before fun. And so my dad always tried to bring fun into the lives of those who couldn't afford it. He would bring them tubing or fishing or to my hockey games. He would always try to bring an element of fun to families that were less fortunate. And then my mom did it with food. And she would always bake and then fill the kitchen and share it with anybody. And so I saw them give, and I saw them make things available to others who couldn't afford it. And that's what we're doing now with World Playground. We're doing something very unique where our booking platform is built by travelers and it is built for travelers. And we don't ever add a single cent of commission to any travel to any travel product on our website. And for any travel products that come with an industry standard commission attached to them, we reward that travel credit or that commission back to the traveler in the form of a travel credit. So the traveler can be ensured that they are paying the lowest possible price for the same travel product, but that this booking platform has their best interest, that we want to be the best in the world at connecting the traveler to their next unforgettable memories, and that we provide you with the best price in order to do so.
You know, and that's what really kind of piqued my interest. Obviously, a lot of people know a lot of different brands are out there that are booking sites. But I love what you're doing in reference to putting the consumer first, the traveler first, and talking about what you're talking about. The thing that really got you was the safari trek and stuff like that kind of piqued your interest in how you can get more people to take these moments and these memories. Experiential travel is just next level nowadays. I think obviously post-COVID, that's taken off and become a whole, thing itself, even though that's really what travel is. What do you see has been the biggest challenge kind of getting the word out there and shifting people's mindset a little bit from understanding really what happens with other places when they're booking travel versus your site?
Oh, most travelers just don't know that there's a hidden commission attached to most travel products they book. Booking platforms will add a commission to your hotel room, or cruises, for example, come with an industry standard commission attached to them that neither we nor any other agency can remove. So most people don't know that they're paying for a travel product and then on top of that, an added commission. And our site just completely removes all of that. And Edward, we've spoken. I do social media lives almost every single day, and I will be radically transparent about how our platform benefits the traveler and everything to do with the platform. And again, it's a platform built by travelers, built for travelers, not built by a corporation for profit. And I get so excited when I see people book on our platform because we run the numbers and we see right now we're averaging just shy of 20% on hotel savings versus the biggest booking platforms in the world. So I know families, I know couples, I know friends are going on adventures, and we're making the world more affordable and bringing the world more within reach for them. And that makes me very excited. You and I are extremely passionate about other people having the same experiences that we have. It changes you. It wonderfully disrupts your heart. You learn a new way of living. You see new cultures. You see song and dance and celebration and just the beauty of the world. And we are extremely passionate about that. And I believe our platform makes that available to everyone, whether it's the luxury crowd, which I know you serve, down to the budget conscious traveler. You shouldn't have to have money to make travel available to all. And so we serve a huge market. But whether you have means or you have less means, saving money on travel is in everybody's interest.
No, I agree with you on that. That's for sure. And I appreciate you talking about that. I'm a big, I'm a business coach, a leadership coach too. So leadership is always one of my passions. And you said a few things in your comments there about being transparent. Talk a little bit about how important transparency and leadership is to the success of your company and what you're doing here at World Playground.
I think the transparency part is vital because when I say we build a travel booking platform that never directly profits off of the traveler, that we sell you the travel product for the cost of the travel product, but not a single cent more, it's immediately met by skepticism. And the first question I always get is, okay, well, how does World Playground make money? So there's skepticism there. And then I say, oh, well, we have a huge community of travelers booking on our site. We'll monetize the site from travel service providers, cruise lines, hotels, lodges that want to be in front of our travelers. That's how the site will monetize. But the transparency builds trust.
Yeah.
The travel industry for the last 30 years has a historical lack of transparency. When you go to check out, most travelers have no idea that there's a hidden commission built or a markup or fees built into their booking. They believe they're just booking a hotel room, but they're also paying a giant commission or a giant markup from that platform, even though it's just a piece of tech serving the customer. It's not an actual individual working on the customer's behalf. So we want to change that landscape, and that's what our new website does. It removes commissions, it removes markups, so that you, the traveler, can trust that you are getting the travel product only at the lowest possible price that we get it for, and we've made that available for you for free. There's no membership to our site. There's no subscription fee to our site. It's free for everybody to use. And the transparency part breeds trust, and that's why I want to lean into that. I will answer any questions that you have, Edward, any questions that your community has, because there is going to be some natural skepticism met when we say this is built for travelers, not built by a corporation for profits. And yeah, it's fun to see people book and save. I just had a friend yesterday book on the site. He saved $400 on a 3-night stay in New York. So we made that trip more possible. That $400 can pay for his meals for the next 3 days when he's in New York, So yeah, I will be radically transparent about anything to do with the site because we have nothing to hide. It's a platform built by travelers for travelers.
Yeah. Well, speaking of travel, I always like to get into some of the personal side of travel, and you've been a lot of places, you said. But what have been some of your favorite destinations that you've traveled to? And then if you got any bucket list options left, what are some of your bucket list spots?
Tanzania has my heart. Have you been?
No, I have not.
Okay,
but I've heard great things about it.
We need to go.
That would be awesome.
I've been to Tanzania multiple times. Tanzania has my heart. Kenya too. Africa has my heart. Africa is such a wonderful place to travel to. I encourage families. I encourage couples. I encourage anybody. Travel to Africa. The animals will be what draw you there. The landscapes, that will be what draw you there. The people will steal your heart, and you will leave just falling in love with people, and you will make connections that you will stay in touch, and you will have friends on the other side of the world. So Africa has my heart. My fiance is from Iceland. So I've been to Iceland probably 20 times, which is wild and rugged and beautiful and waterfalls and an exceptional country as well. I'd encourage people to go there. And then one place that I haven't been, I have never been to Italy. And I would love to take a month with my fiance and our daughter and just slowly move through Italy, through Tuscany, through just have nice little just country villas, just take time over there, not rush through it, try some amazing food, and just slowly make our way around the country. That's probably the number one thing on my bucket list.
That's on my bucket list too. I have not been to Italy yet, and my roots go back to Spain and Italy. So Italy is, and I'm a foodie too. So you get me in front of pasta and wine, and I'm in trouble. But the good thing about that being in Italy is there's a lot of walking involved.
There's a lot of walking.
The food is way cleaner than our neck of the woods. So that's always a good thing.
I'm curious, you're a very well-traveled person. What is left in the world for you to experience, and what's the number one thing calling you?
I think for me, I just been always fascinated with Mykonos in Greece, the Amalfi Coast too, I think are things that really get me going. I'm a beach kind of guy, that kind of person versus, the skiing and all that stuff, the cold. It's okay to look at. I'm not that guy that wants to be in it, but really anything with a beach and the coastline. And like I said, good food matters most to me. The food becomes an experience all by itself. So definitely there. And you're the first guest to ever ask me what my what were some of my bucket list spots were. So you're opening. Yeah, out of 125 episodes.
I figure everybody would want to know that. I love that's my favorite thing. I love knowing where people want to go because I don't presume to know every adventure in the planet. I'm like, what does Edward want to do? And oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. I didn't know about that. Can you tell me more? So everybody I come across, I ask, if you could go anywhere in the world tomorrow, where would you go? And what would you want to do there? So it's one of my favorite questions.
No, it's a great question. It's also, especially when you're in travel and hospitality, it's always good to know what people want to do. And especially with the magazine that I have and the site that you have, I think it's always good to have that. So we've got a couple of minutes left here. What's the best way for people to find out about the company? And then any final thoughts that you have that you'd like to share?
Sure. Worldplayground.co is our website. So you can just search World Playground in your browser. Worldplayground.co is our website. And then across any social media, we are at World Playground. And we're active on every platform, wherever you do your social media. We have a wonderful social media manager named Jenna that runs that for us. I'm very active on it as well. You'll see a lot of content on our social media about World Playground. And the whole thing is we want to be the best in the entire world at connecting a traveler to their next unforgettable memories. We want to hear where you want to go with the people you love and the experiences and the magic in the world that you're going to go share. And these are, our mission as a company is, if we can be a small part of the best memories of your life, right? A booking platform isn't that fun for somebody to talk about, but if we can be a small part of getting you and your loved ones to the best memories of your entire life, for us, that's a pretty meaningful mission. And I know you have a big mission with what you do with the magazine. You've been involved here for 33 years, I think it is, which is quite significant. So, it's pretty meaningful to us when we get to assist and make the world more affordable for our travelers. And then we see the memories that they have with the people that they love. And then I ask everybody, hey, can you invite me next time? I'd love to come. But that's at World Playground on any social media. And then our website is worldplayground.co, and we save you the most on travel.
Sounds awesome. Well, Brooks, we talked about offline a little bit. You and I could probably talk for hours about everything from travel to marketing to foodies and everything. I know I'm going to have you back on this show, but it's been an absolute pleasure having you on today for sure.
Thank you, Edward. I appreciate it. Would love to chat again, whether it's online or offline. I just love talking travel with you.
Oh, perfect. Hey, to all of our listeners, readers out there, you know the drill. Follow us at thehotelguide.com. Like, subscribe, share this. We'll have all of the contact information for Brooks and World Playground in the show notes. So please support him as well. But until next time, travel, make memories, and we'll talk soon. Everybody take care.